Are you an avoidant attachment style and you want to get results in your dating life? You want to have love, but there's something stopping you and you can't really put your finger on it. You tend to run away from your relationships. You find women very attractive, but then something happens that you're just not attracted to them anymore. Well, in this video, I'm going to help you understand your avoidant attachment style and also give you tips on how to heal it and actually break free of this so you can get that relationship, the love life that you want. So stay tuned. Hi guys, my name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and life coach for you men to not only master your attraction skills in dating relationships, but also in your life. And if this is your first time visiting, I welcome you to subscribe and click that subscribe button, comment below, and tell me this is your first time viewing my videos, as I'd love to hear from you. Now let's begin. An avoidant attachment style comes from a fear of intimacy. Typically, avoidants, they are completely lost in relationships because when they start to get close to someone, they feel like they're going to lose their independence. So a lot of times you'll see avoidants making excuses about they have too many plans, they can't do this, they can't do XYZ. And this will also help you in this video if you're dating an avoidant attachment style, I have to say. So they'll have a lot of hobbies as well outside of the relationship in order to feel like they still have ownership of their life. Typically, an avoidant attachment style relates to their relationships or intimacy as pressure. They look at relationships and dating, or you might look at it as dating is pressure, and it can take your independence. So something in there scares you, and there's a reason why, which I'm going to get into. So you're worried also too in relationships that you're going to suffocate. You focus on how you're going to suffocate in this relationship, and your fear is so high of your independence that it's overcompensated in everything that you do. So typically what I've seen a lot of our men do that have this avoidant attachment style is they will go after women that they have to chase as well that aren't always the healthiest. So they do get into a lot of toxic relationships. And when they find healthy, it seems boring to them. So what will happen is they'll be highly attracted to a woman and they think that she's so beautiful in the beginning, but then they'll pick up on little flaws in the woman and become unattracted to her sexually, intimately. And this is kind of a protection mechanism because of their fear of intimacy. So a lot of times too, an avoidant will also avoid sharing their feelings. They'll also avoid asking for help. It's interesting because a lot of the clients that we actually coach that have an avoidant attachment style come in another avenue, not because of the avoidance attachment style. They come in another avenue of like, I just need some understanding if this is a good woman for me. Until we dissect and we can see that's avoidant attachment style, because avoidant attachments actually have a real, it's not, I wouldn't call it an issue, but a real scarcity around asking for help, because then they have to be intimate with a person, an absolute stranger, a coach, a psychotherapist, a therapist, a counselor. So that's why they fear intimacy, and that's why it's also hard for them to get help. But typically, a lot of times, the thing is with avoidance, they do actually ask for help, but it's the therapist, the coaches, the psychotherapist's job to kind of ask the right questions which we do, and if you have a good one, which we'll do, ask the right questions to kind of go back to really the root of why you're here in the first place. So a lot of times when they have conversations with you, it's actually not going to be them saying, I avoid intimacy, I'm so scared. And unless they're really aware of their attachment style and they want to change, they will. But what they'll do is they'll navigate around that topic and make it kind of seem like something easy to talk to, or it's their fault, or they're just not ready, or something is happening in their life that they can't give all their attention to you. So I want you to remember that with attachment styles, no matter what attachment style you are, there is nothing wrong with you. A lot of times and oftentimes when we have attachment styles, we feel like we can be lost, but the, the reason why is because sometimes our attachment styles are not regulated to be able to find the cure, find the understanding. Once we find the understanding, then we'll be able to dive deeper. So when you're an avoidant attachment style, it really does come from your fear of openness, intimacy, vulnerability. So this is why your subconscious will push a woman away if she gets closer, and that's why you also chase the women that aren't getting closer and you feel like they're the ones. A lot of times, if you're dating an avoidant attachment style, you'll notice that they'll go in and out of withdrawals from you. They might love bomb you on one hand once you push away, and then once you withdraw, they come back, and then once you give them attention, they withdraw. So it's this push and pull and this unhealthy push and pull dynamic that can be so confusing for someone if they're really in love with this person and also have this don't understand and don't have an anxious attachment style. An avoidant attachment style. Typically, an avoidant will actually go to an anxious attachment style in the beginning because they want to feel a connection. And so it's really important that this is why I teach how to standards, red flags, and so much more. So I know it's not to say that avoidant attachment styles don't want to get closer, because they do. They just don't know how. And a lot of times they know that they don't have a healthy or sustainable dynamic. So typically after a while, they will search, they will research, they will ask for help. So you want to make sure, if this pattern continues with a woman that you're dating or with yourself, that you don't get discouraged, but within the dating world, but you actually don't have to bear the discomfort of this relationship. So you want to make sure that you're able to decide that this person maybe not be the right one for you right now, because your fulfillment in this relationship is not being reached and you constantly have to chase. And so this relationship like this will make you feel empty. You might think that an avoidant attachment style can be single forever, but honestly, they don't have to be. So if you're an avoidant attachment style, I'm going to actually include a link for you, or if you don't know what type of attachment style you are, I have a completely free test that I want you to do. I've partnered up with Personal Development School and myself, which is an amazing, amazing company that actually helps with people with their attachment styles that I've partnered up with, and I share my advice with them as well in regards to this. So I want you to take that link that we put together. We put together a free quiz for you to understand your attachment style, even if you are avoidant attachment style, because you don't have to be. I will tell you that an avoidant attachment style has a fear of settling. And so I would encourage you to really look at the reasons of why you have this fear of settling, because love is sustainable for an avoidant attachment style. It's just going to take work, and in this quiz, you will know what to do next. So in this, what I want you to do is I not only want you to take the test, but I want you to really write out, if you're an avoidant attachment style, what is the reason why you fear settling? What is the reason? What is the worst case possible that can happen to you if you are intimate emotionally, physically, mentally with a woman? And also, what is the worst thing that can happen to you, but also what is the best thing that can happen to you if you are? A lot of times in our avoidant attachment style, it's just about reprogramming our thought process and getting to the root of made us avoidant, which comes from a lot of our trauma, childhood experiences, and also how we've put up a protection mechanism because maybe we feared and saw something growing up. So most oftentimes, a lot of people are like, well, I've had very open parents in my life. But when we get to the secret sauce of like what's really happened, what I've noticed too in a lot of avoidant attachment styles is they've lost somebody very subtly that they loved. And so then they become avoidant because subconsciously it becomes a wall and a protection mechanism. So what we do in coaching and in these programs is we just build a relationship with that wall. We give that wall attention and we understand why that wall has been built and start to trust yourself again. So if you are avoidant attachment style or dating someone that is, share this video with them and we can give them this test as well. Because if you are an avoidant, if you are an anxious, if you are dating someone that is, or you are an avoidant, you deserve to have a mating partnership with a woman that is absolutely amazed by you and in love with you and crazy about you, basically. because it's meant for you. But you want to make sure that you're choosing the right woman and also choosing yourself first before you go into a relationship. So not only is it a bad crazy, it becomes a good crazy for you. So if you want more advice on this, go ahead and take that test. It's completely free. I'll link it below and it'll be up here on the cards. It is our attachment theory test to figure out your attachment style. And then after you do the test, you will get a complete download explaining your attachment style, which me and myself and Personal Development School have teamed up to give this to you. As always, if you want to continue watching more videos, I would encourage you to watch this video right over here. And if this is your first time subscribing, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I'll see you again in the next video. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.